Hi and welcome to Japan. It's my last report for the East Coast R&D program, and we didn't go to any schools here in Japan. We just happened to be on our way home and our flight is delayed, not unlike the many flights that were like this. We had some cancelled flights along the way, which was a bit of a pain, but we only missed a couple of schools, 2 schools in total, so that was good. And the schools we visited yesterday in Atlanta were really great. So I'm going to talk to you about those. Cris made a video about another school, the Lovett School in Atlanta, that you might want to have a look at as well. I'll put a link to it in the description. But the schools we went to today, the first one was the children's school. And this is a really great school. It had, we've seen this in a lot of the schools we've seen, is this really strong emphasis on community and people feeling like they belong to the school. We noticed that the school for 2 different years has been awarded Best Employer or Best Workplace in Atlanta, which is, really, it talks to the community feeling they built up within their staff, certainly, if not their parent community. So it's a school of about 400. They have a ratio of, they have 18 to 20 kids in a class, and they have 2 full-time teachers in there. So it's not a classroom assistant and a teacher, it's 2 teachers, which really brings that ratio student to teachers down. It's in a residential area, and they have a big park across the road, but they started off in one residential building, they bought some others, and then they built some purpose-built buildings. They're a K-6 school. They have a real strong focus on balancing academics with physical activity, and really recognise that some kids need that physical outlet more than others, and so they think a lot about quality play for kids and what will be advantageous for all children when they go back into the classroom in terms of what they're doing outside in the playground. It was really well done and really thoughtful, and it made us think a bit about how playtime's managed at SAS and how we can make sure that's done in a really good way. They also talked about the fact that all of the 21st century skills that we're looking at, be they collaboration or creativity, all those sort of things, they're all addressed in play. So that's why they had really focused on play so much in their school, was because that's really moving towards those 21st century skills. They have no cafeteria there. They have, so the kids bring their lunch to school every day. They have Spanish for 90 minutes a week. They refer to their teachers by their first name, which was kind of common amongst some of the schools we visited. And as it turns out, the teachers have, in terms of specialist time off, they have about 2 hours per week planning time. Another interesting thing just to think about is the headmaster talked about this curiosity quotient, which talks about if you add together your curiosity with your passion, it will outweigh your intelligence. So, and it's not saying that it's not important to be intelligent, it's just saying that with curiosity and passion, you can be more powerful than just necessarily being intelligent. We had the opportunity to talk to a parent and a teacher about what the things are that they love about the school, so I'll play those comments now for you.
The school is, although it's about education, obviously, it's about so much more than that. It's about history, it's about immigration, it's about social responsibilities, it's about learning how to be better citizens in the world, which means starts with their classmates and their teachers.
We really pay a lot of attention to learning styles and learning differences. So if you were going to spend any time in any of the classrooms, you would see that they might have a whole basket full of sensory equipment, like bumpy seats and things that different kids could sit on, or fidgets that they could...
And this is all the grade levels, not just the younger ones?
Right.
Yeah.
We do a lot of project-based learning, a lot of experiential learning. I talked a little bit about our outdoor education program. So I think all of those things, and I think that we've been progressive since the school was founded.
The last school that we visited in Atlanta was the Atlanta International School, and it's catering entirely to parents who want to have an immersion program for their children. So all of their classes are immersion classes, certainly in the elementary school. So for 3 and 4 year olds in the kindergarten, they have 100% immersion. So when you start, if you choose the Spanish track, then all of your classes are in Spanish. The children learn English in the playground because it's a common language. They have Spanish, German and French. And then when they get to kindergarten through to grade 5, they have 50%. So it's day A is English, day B is French, or whatever other language you have. They also have a very low student-teacher ratio. They have about 20 kids per class, but they also have 2 qualified teachers there, and they manage that by using the additional language teachers they have. Like, say for instance, a French grade 5 teacher might work in grade 1 on the English days to support. So once the kids get to middle school, then they have 9 periods they can choose from, and 2 of those will be in their target language, so that being Spanish, French or German. The whole program there is really based upon setting up an immersion program, so it's very, very specific. We sat and talked with the elementary principals, and they mentioned that it's not an easy program, and it's something that we would really need to think about. What's the purpose for our program, and what do we see being the end point for our students? Like, what do we want them to do at the end of it? There's certainly some challenges. There's some really big benefits for students and for those kids that can manage learning 2 languages at once. The other thing that stands in good stead for the Atlanta International School is that they have very stable numbers. So the majority of their students are American students who want to learn a second language, or their family want them to learn a second language, and they generally stay from K through to 12, so there's not a lot of rotation. The other thing we saw there was that we went into the Early Childhood Centre, and they had it was a new building and a really well balanced area, a central courtyard with nice sort of open green space for the kids to play in. The classrooms had removable walls so that they could be opened up and become a shared space. Overall, it was a great school, and it was really interesting to be able to see how that immersion experience works. So that kind of brings me to the end of my little series of reporting back from the R&D. I'm really looking forward to talking to people at school about the experience. It's been an amazing experience, and I'm really looking forward to see what happens in the years coming, to see where we go with it. Anyway, again, I hope everything's going well in Singapore, and I'm really looking forward to catching up with you all at school sometime. Have a great week. We'll see you soon.